Reach for the sky, boy.
Being a fan in the pro wrestling community, you'd expect for there to be some form of brotherhood, camaraderie, unity. And the sad part is that in some cases, that will be the furthest thing from the truth. As seen in society and life in general, humans develop opinions that put one another on different sides of numerous debates. In pro wrestling, it's no different. These sides can get really toxic, especially when you mix in the reviews from wrestlers, personalities, etc. And before you know it, you got a big recipe for disaster. Here on the season premiere of Cultural Influence, we discuss the social influence with returning guest, Willie Finnese, coming up. You right here, PJ. Yo, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's your boy right here, back with another good episode of Cultural Influence Wrestling Edition. I got one of my first hosts, man. Last time I had him on the show, we were just working the kinks out, but man, I got everything tightened up. You know, we got a full screen camera going on and stuff. Got a graphic that'll be built in and stuff. So man, I got Willie Finnese. He's a TikTok figure collector and man, one of the best indie wrestlers out on the scene right now, man. You know, he's tearing up the indie scene. Willie, how you been, man?
Man, hey, I'm alive, so I never complain. When God blesses me to wake up another day, I just take it and run with it, man.
I feel you, man. I mean, you already said, you know, just the blessing of life is just sometimes we take it for granted. And as of this recording, literally as of this recording, we found out that Jay Briscoe, an ROH legend, he's no longer here with us in 2023, you know, and tragically lost him in a car accident, and just crazy, man. And Willie, I just wanted to ask you, man, did you in your indie journey? Well, we're going to talk about that. Was you ever on a card with Jay Briscoe? Have you ever
Never seen them. Like I've got a lot of good looks from people and I've never met them or seen them, but I've always loved them because I have a dude I call my brother. He's white, but he's not my brother, but he always loved Ring of Honor and he loved the Briscoes. And then so we would like get on the game and we would put them on the game. They didn't have the Briscoe name on the video game on the WWE 2K. So they was like Mark and Jay Briggs, and they used to beat us down, boy. They used to beat us down in that game. Yeah. Never met them, no.
Yeah. Backstory with us, was this 2015, 2016?
Probably about 2015. Yeah.
Yeah. We're in Oklahoma City, so they had ROH was doing a few house shows in ROH, and this time Jay Briscoe was the world champion.
Yeah.
He had a killer match with Hanson. Some of you may know him as what is his name?
Ivar. He's Ivar.
Ivar. And he may know him as
Hanson and Rowe. It's both of their names in ROH, wasn't it?
Yeah. But it was just Hanson, and like, man, he did a good match and stuff. And once the show was over, him and Mark and a few guys, came out to the crowd and took pictures with him and stuff like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and show this picture. But Jay Briscoe was just a cool, down to earth man. I know my experience, like, man, he was very nice and stuff like that. And I just knew that I didn't want to overwhelm him. And I'm like 15 and I'm just like, yo, this is Jay Briscoe. I'm getting caught up in the moment. Like, I just met Adam Cole a few seconds ago, and here's the ROH champion. He let me hold one. Then he
let us hold the belt. Let us hold the belts, man.
Yeah, man. Just a cool, down to earth individual, man. Like you wouldn't have guessed that he was just a superstar wrestling if you didn't really watch independent wrestling. And just like he kept that same demeanor, man. I told him thank you, like no problem, man. And went on to the next person. He was just embracing everybody.
Yeah, he really felt like a man of the people. The way he just ran into the crowd and held the title up and everything.
Those be the wrestling deaths that hurt. The people that you actually got to interact with the most. Those was really sucked. That's why Chad died and killed me so bad. Like it devastated me. Devastated me.
Devastated, bro.
Yeah.
Talk about my bad. No, Jay Briscoe was just like you said, just a really cool, down to earth person. And when he was like the ROH champion, he felt like the people's champion. He had been there since the first show. You know what I'm saying? And he worked his way up through the tag team divisions and was always there. So when he finally became the world champion, it just felt like watching somebody that you watched grow up become the champion. And it was such a great run, like that time where he was like 2 years where he hadn't got pinned and he was feuding with
Jay Lethal,
Adam Cole,
Roderick.
Oh my God, it was such a great run, man. And I just hate that a lot of people didn't get to experience the greatness that was the Briscoes, because they were without a doubt one of the best tag teams on this planet from the late 2000s to the early 2010s at least, man.
Yeah. So and William, cultural influence, we have this segment where we put over a guy, and Jay Briscoe's gonna be a guy that we're just gonna put him over. So let's go ahead and put him over right now, man. Let's go ahead and do a round of applause and put him over. You know what I'm saying? Give him the 10 bell salute, Jay Briscoe, man. It's been real. We love it. But a little bit about put over it's just a segment where we just take time to just kind of enhance and kind of give they flowers to the dude who don't really get that much love, because as you see on TikTok, the Jeff Hardys, the Roman Reigns, they get all the love. And so here in Cultural Influence, we're gonna put over Jay Briscoe. Just he's one of the first few that we're gonna put over in this particular episode, man. So Jay Briscoe, thank you, man.
Reach for the sky, boy.
But Willie, let's go ahead and get on to you, man. What is the life of an indie wrestler going into 2023? Last time we had talked about how the pandemic was just kind of put a damper on everything. Like, what is on the Willie Finesse bucket list of 2023? What we gonna see?
Is to continue what I've done the past 3.5 years, and that's to keep beating these people down. That as long as these promoters pay, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna beat somebody down. I'm gonna be the most entertaining thing there. When you put me on the microphone, I'm gonna be the most entertaining thing there, the most believable, the most realistic. Basically, the bang for their buck. You know what I'm saying? Not the young bucks, not them. Yeah. I'm gonna give you the bang for the buck every time, and I'm still gonna be undefeated within these last 3.5 years. Never pinned in the last 3.5 years. So yeah. I'm gonna keep that going.
Yeah. Oh, he got the tribal streak going.
Yeah, bro.
Now.
Ben holding 2 titles before Roman. Been doing this before, bro. I had the 2 titles last time.
Bro, he literally had his belts on for the last interview. So yeah, bro. Hey, y'all better stop playing with Willie, man. All right.
But that's the goal. That is the goal. Try to be, and really, not to be honest, but is to try to expand what I've been doing, what I've made, from myself in wrestling. I'm trying to use that and use it in the entertainment world too. So I'm trying to be more of an entertainer than a wrestler, but you know what I mean? Kind of like what MJF and people like that do. When I show up, I'm up there to give you entertainment, but I'm not going to I don't feel like I should be risking my body every single week, and you know what I mean? Because a lot of these places in the indies aren't as trained and aren't as skilled. And I'm not saying I'm just the greatest, most going to protect everybody, because I am, but there's a lot of people in here in wrestling. And if y'all go look at indie shows, there's a lot of people that don't take wrestling as seriously as I do, or they're not going to work at it as seriously as me, or go as hard as I am. And when I run into those type of people, those are the ones I rather, kind of stay away from.
You said multi, so like I have seen your rapping clips.
Why? Because I smell fear, stress, anxiety. Let's just say about 50 cents. I hand these caps to him. Now he can really be the crip he is. Or money on his head, casket clothes for cheap like city trends. I got balls.
Like, how's that rapping career coming, man? You
battle rapping? Yeah, man. Like that's what started. My battle rapping is what started me to be comfortable with being on the microphone, because of everything I used to do in battle rap before I was battle rapping before I became a wrestler. Fun fact, Ricochet came to my first 2 ever battle raps in Paducah when I first started. They called him T-Man. I'll never forget that. And we talked wrestling and stuff like that. But everything I did when it came to battle rap, I associated it with wrestling. When I had to battle somebody, instead of me just talking, hey, I got a battle coming up, I would cut promos on them and be dead serious though, but I'm cutting wrestling promos. My battle rap name was Bad News Dollar, Bad News, with the hashtag. I got it tattooed on me. My slogan was, I'm afraid I got some bad news, and then I would turn them up in the battle raps. You know what I'm saying? Like, that set me for thinking on the spot, being able to know crowd control, because people would go crazy off the bars I wrote. So I learned crowd control, and I really think that battle rap was what molded me to be oh, he's got this much charisma. He's got this much, because I don't know. I really think that helped me take off though, for sure.
Well, while we on that, let me just ask you, who are some of your favorite battle rappers?
So Tay Rock, Charlie Clips, I like Rum Nitty, Geechee Gotti. I mean, I like some the OGs too, like Hitmans, and you know what I'm saying. I came up off battle rap, so almost every, you know what I'm saying. I've watched probably 2,000 battle raps my whole life, so I like all the legends, I even like good.
Let's go ahead and get back into the wrestling stuff, man. So Willie, man, I did a podcast with Sterling Bond not too long ago, and Willie, I don't think we really talked about your finishing move, man. Let's go ahead and segue back into the Willie Finesse as the wrestler, man. What is your what is your arsenal?
Technically now I have a finisher, but the one thing that was I tried to make different about me especially when I went to WWA is my name is like Willie Finesse. Like Will He Finesse battle rapping, you know what I'm saying? Will He Finesse. So that's my name. A lot of people don't catch why that is goes so hard. But at first, for the first 2 or 3 years, I beat you with anything. I beat you with the R-Truth axe kick. I beat him with the figure 8, which we call the finesse 8. I beat you with the D-Lo Brown and the Leo Rush frog splash. I beat you with that. I beat you with a roll. I would my name was Finesse, so I feel like I could finesse the win any type of way. But then when I actually turned heel, my finishing move became the last finesse, which is the last shot from Adam Cole. But that's technically my finisher, the last finesse.
Nice. That's what's up.
What made you want to go with that? Because that frog splash is mean.
Look, he better be careful. He hurt that knee, that leg on the ring post earlier. Frog splash all the way.
I seen you fly from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Because, bro, one of my guys is Leo Rush, and he's one of my people. And at the time, he had went through he was going through mental stuff, and he was going through a lot. And he had retired. So when he did that, I was like, bro, he's one of the people who's been there for me, like him, Shad, JTG. There's a lot of people I can name that's push me to be great, and he was one of them. So I was like, man, my guy ain't here. I'm gonna start doing this and representing for him. So I always just started doing that so when I did that frost splash, it's just because he retired, and I just wanted to honor my dude. So
that's dope, man. Yeah, Leo Rush is solid. One of my faves out there, man.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, he's dope.
And it's crazy thing how long Leo been in the game, and bro ain't even hit 30 yet.
That's wild.
You know what I'm saying?
Seeing him in MCA, and then it was a top prospect tournament at ROH too, man.
That's how I saw Leo. That's exactly how I saw Leo, because he was in the ROH dojo.
Well, you definitely made him proud with that frog splash. I know that.
I appreciate it. I tried to, bro. I tried to.
Now, they say it's easier for you to get people to hate you than it is for them to love you. What side of that fence do you sit on?
It's easy to get. I mean, it's not easy to get them to love you. I just think you have to have a good gift of gab and a good personality. Then you can make anybody love you. But all you really got to do is feed into trending, things that are trending. They're when I first became babyface, I was like, man, what's gonna stand me apart? What's gonna stand me apart? And then my nephew at the time literally walked in, and he was like, hey, Uncle Willie. I think, you know what I think you should do? I was like, what? He was like, when somebody's in the corner, this all came from my nephew, little kid. He was like, hey, when you get somebody in the corner and you stomp them, you know how Stone Cold stomps them? I was like, yeah. He's like, you should do the little Fortnite dance. You should do that. You should do the little. I was like, that's smart. At first, I was like, no, I'm not doing nothing stupid like that. I was like, oh, that might be fire. So I literally pulled that into a match, in a tag team match. And when I started doing it, people went crazy, and I was like, oh, let me start incorporating every dance they do on Fortnite. I just incorporated the most hottest thing and just made it me, And now there's all type of black wrestlers doing that came from me. I swear to God.
So to the kids, bro.
So is that why your interest video, it has your name, the graphic has your name, and then there's these shadows doing that?
Yeah, doing all the little Fortnites, yeah.
That's what's up, man. We gotta put your nephew on, man. Let's go ahead and put his nephew on, man.
All right. Shoot, I heard inspiring the rest of the wrestlers out there on the.
A little update, Willie. Since we last talked, I've been working at a news station, and I've been in college and stuff, man. So I've been busy, and just the whole thought of putting together TikTok is sort of the last thing on my mind. But another reason why is, man, TikTok gets toxic. It is
super toxic.
Super toxic, man. And so I kind of had to take a step back from that, man, because there's just some creators that I just can't really deal with sometimes, man. And so what is your take with the TikTok toxic experience? That's what
I still don't like 90. I say it, bro. I'm the one guy who's I'll risk my following, because I say it all the time. I got about 120,000 people that follow me. I ain't gonna say they support me, they follow me. and I don't like 95% of them. 95% of them are frauds. They're fake. They're phony. They're a copy and paste of what they see somebody else do. And a lot of them are the most fickle fans that I've ever seen in my life. Like they'll have somebody will have a take and they'll be like what they just did. Oh my God, Vince McMahon, he sold the WWE. Oh my God, he sold it to the Saudis. Oh my God, I'm never watching this again. And then it's fake news. They start promoting this fake news. Then, as much as they go and promote it, they don't hold themselves accountable. Like, I was wrong. And like a lot of things that content creators don't know. This is why I can't stand wrestling TikTok. We have these platforms, bro, that I have 120,000 people. Even I don't care if I don't like 95% of them. I have a platform that I have to uphold. And when I say something, I swear, I could go right now and say, man, taking a doo-doo on somebody's lawn ain't that bad. And there's going to be 1,000 people just because I said it. You know what? You're right. It's not that bad. No, you can't be shitting on somebody else's lawn. But like a lot of people won't get that. They don't understand what we say. Other people follow. And when they go and report this fake news, it just creates more people reporting fake news and more people getting racist in the comments when it comes to the Saudis. And people, like, they don't see what they're doing and what they're creating. And that's why I go so hard on TikTok with my slogans and stuff and not say the things that I say to these people because they're so fake.
Yeah. It's a group think mentality sometimes. You see one narrative, somebody wants to run with it, and then one rumor becomes just a whole wave, you know what I'm saying? And then everybody's overreacting, just reacting to a rumor, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I can't even lie, it had me kind of pressed. I was going to bed that
Me
night.
too. Me too, fam. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, we finna really feel, but I'm not gonna get on here and like, cause I didn't know, so I wasn't gonna get on there because I literally just made a dumb take before when the Mandy Rose situation happened. This was my one miss. They be like, Willie, he don't never miss. No, I missed because I compared.
I remember that.
I compared the Mandy Rose situation to the Paige situation, which was completely wrong of me. So I went live and I apologize to everybody for even making that video. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what we should do as creators when we're out of line, but we just admit it, apologize for it, and keep it pushing. They don't do that.
That's real right there because, like I said, that one rumor had me stressed. I'm at work thinking about Sami Zayn. Like, man, what is he gonna do?
Yeah, like people is threatening on leaving, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One point
that was wild.
I want to talk to both of you guys about it. Is you was talking about speculation and stuff, and just tell me if I'm making if these connections are a little out of the ordinary. I think with wrestling being viewed as fiction so much, I think these speculation stories can go all over the place. Because like when I was interning for KOCL5 Sports and stuff like that, and we're actually we're working, a lot of sports professionals are working with concrete details. And whereas you got the closest thing you got to concrete details in wrestling is Grandpa Meltzer. I call him a Seltzer Meltzer instead of us getting woes bombed.
Everybody on TikTok wants to be him, don't they?
Exactly. Yeah. So with wrestling being fiction, do y'all think that makes the pot and that makes the pot for the likelihood of bad and false stories to spread like wildfire?
I say no, because even in say legitimate sports like basketball, football, the background news is also just as important. I found myself looking forward to trade rumors almost as much as I look forward to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a very exciting time, wanting to know about cap space and stuff like that. I just think whenever you have a passion for something, everything that encompasses that fandom kind of becomes entertaining or of interest at least,
Yeah, but you said that perfectly, boy. Hey, you should be a public speaker. He put that together.
Okay.
You put that together. He said that perfectly.
Yeah, but it's just kind of crazy, like with WWE being private, and most it's really hard for a professional, like say what I do and it's kind of hard for us to just go out and get details and stuff like that because everyone swore up and down that WWE was owned by Saudi Arabia until WWE hadn't released it. So it was just like, yo, who are we going off of at this point?
Yeah. Oh, and a lot of it is wants too. We saw the same thing a couple weeks last week. Everybody named Mama knew Mercedes Moné was gonna be on Impact. I mean,
they act surprised when she shows up though. They act all surprised like.
Okay, wait, Willie, they gonna post it on Twitch and record them reacting like they're so shocked.
Yeah,
I can't stand that. I cannot stand them people, bro. I catch a couple of them outside, bro.
Not even we, but just fans get themselves worked up for things that hasn't even been told was coming.
Or they know what's coming, and then they like the Cody Rhodes thing. We knew he was showing back up at the Royal Rumble. If you're an idiot, you're an idiot if you didn't think it.
Right.
Yeah.
So now that he's like already announcing it, he should have waited so we can get the typical number 30 showing up, and we're gonna be so surprised. No, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah. Sometimes predictable is okay. Give people what they want. They're predicting it because that's what they want.
Yeah.
So,
Was it Triple H 2002? Was it 2002 when Triple H returned?
Yeah.
He didn't return at the Rumble. He just returned on Raw, and that place went crazy.
And they promoted it for weeks ahead of time. They said Triple H is coming back. I remember. I was watching. I was like, here comes Triple H. And mind you, the last time I saw Triple H, I hated Triple H.
Man, was
me too, bro. Me too. That's what I wish wrestling would go back to where, like, let's not pretend like these other places don't exist. They don't in the NBA. They don't pretend that the NFL isn't there. They don't pretend like things didn't happen. You know what I mean? I just wish there was more of that.
Yeah, for sure. That's what made like somebody like Jericho feel so epic when he debuted. It was a dope moment because you know what I'm saying. Like, this is Jericho. Like,
I posted that on TikTok too.
Oh,
I literally just posted that not too long ago. I said that's the greatest debut ever.
Man,
y'all think Jericho's? I mean, I wasn't there for that.
The only reason why is because of the person. Not even just because it's the person. I think he beats Kane because it's Chris. Not only is Chris Jericho, but he interrupted The Rock, bro. He didn't just interrupt. He didn't just interrupt Joe Schmo. The timer didn't just pop off when they came back. He literally interrupted The Rock doing a promo, which was like, I think that, and then he turned babyface, then just to turn heel. Like that was just different to me. That's why I thought it was the best.
Yeah, it was great, and also because like the way he was portrayed in WCW, Chris Jericho was really never seen more than as like a
mid-card
heavyweight. Yeah, a smaller guy. So you telling me on his debut in WWE, he was immediately a top guy in my eyes because
me too.
It's The Rock, and he just felt like somebody, like a mid-card, undercard jobber. None of that meant anything at that moment. That was Chris Jericho, and he was instantly the man at that moment, like
facts.
Good point. So let's go ahead and get onto this. So that's a good point that I want to talk about. Do y'all think with that nostalgic feel that you guys were just talking about, do y'all also think that culminates to one of the reasons why the fan base can be so toxic sometimes? Because when you think about the whole AEW beef, when AEW haven't even been around for a month and people was already talking about, we're going to get a Monday Night Wars, we're going to get a Wednesday Night War. And I feel like there's a lot of these people that are talking, myself included. We wasn't alive. We really didn't experience the Attitude Era. We didn't really experience the Monday Night Wars. And so being...
I'm old.
Yeah. I didn't even say it like that. But that's what most of these people are saying. So like being in a place to where like for wrestling to be in a place to where you might get something similar to that. Do y'all think that's why a lot of wrestling fans might be a little too passionate and might go a little too hard in the paint with their stuff?
I don't think it's too passionate because I think if you're too passionate something, I think you're still like, if you're passionate to me, if you're passionate about something, like I'm passionate about wrestling and I'm passionate about like my daughter. I love my daughter. Like, I feel like I think more clearly when it comes to that. Just because I'm passionate, I don't like a lot of people be like, one of the dumbest things I ever heard is, if you want to come watch real pro wrestling, come watch AEW. Boy, have you seen Orange Cassidy or Danhausen or when the Young Bucks come out trying to be Space Jam and stuff? Like, all this stuff is entertainment. Like, all this, like, people try to loop stuff just because you got the Bloods over here and the Crips over here don't mean they always hate each other. It don't always mean just because you're a Blood, you're a Crip. You can't, like, there's Bloods and there's Crips that are actually family members that do, they're Bloods and Crips that come together and do things together. So, like, people try to, like, separate. You can only watch AEW, you can only watch WWE, or you like, nah, all this shit is the same. I can find any wrestling from Indy to Ring of Honor to AEW. I can find something I don't like, and I can find something I like. I push out the stuff I don't like, and I enjoy the stuff that I do. And it's gonna be like that on every wrestling show, every single one of them.
Like I said, I never really understood the point in like picking sides. Like as a child, I started watching WCW first, and it just kind of happened that I caught on to WWF, whatever. I don't know how much longer, but like, you just flip the channels and something just keeps your attention longer. Like, yeah.
During the commercials and all, yeah.
Yeah. I would always check back and forth. And then also, I remember like WCW, they would replay Nitro. And, like,
right after Thunder in Paradise. Right after Thunder in Paradise.
So I would watch it then because, when no reruns on Raw, especially in the summertime, brother ain't have school or nothing. And so it's just like I always was either, both. You never have to pick. I can, like you said, watch Indy. I can watch Mexico. I can watch Europe. I can watch Indy, Japan, New Japan, Noah. Like, there's always something that you're going to find on a card that you like. And there's too much for me to like for me to talk about something that I don't.
Like, it's okay to, like, sometimes have take where you critique stuff. But I think more people, like, especially TikTok, like, a lot of people say Twitter. I don't be on Twitter like that. So I don't know how toxic Twitter is, but I'm sure it is. But people rather, like, it seems like people enjoy being a wrestling critic more than a wrestling fan. And that's the problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could spend way more time talking about why I think X-Pac is underrated instead of why WWE sucks today, or why AEW sucks today, or what somebody should be doing better. Like, nah, man, like, like, I just don't get that because, like you said, I'm not a critic, I'm a fan.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and switch gears into the Family Feud wrestling. Facts, man. Let's do that.
Who is the first wrestler that comes to your mind when I say GOAT?
The Rock and Chris Jericho. Oh, only one person, John Cena. My bad. John Cena. Sorry.
Okay, all right.
Cena.
Best face paint.
Sting.
After a match, what is the first food you grab?
Waffle House. First go to Waffle House, period.
If you could pick any musician to do your theme, who would it be?
Whoever that guy is that always does the violins, like he did it for Nakamura now.
Oh, okay.
And I would get that guy.
Okay, nice. Dream tag team partner.
Leo Rush for sure.
Oh, okay. Name a country you'd most want to wrestle in.
Freaking Tokyo.
10 seconds.
RKO the Diamond Cutter.
RKO.
Best wrestling game.
Easily No Mercy.
All right. Push yourself over. Yeah, you gotta teach your internet. I mean, all your socials, everything.
Man, all you can do is you can find me on TikTok, Willie Finnese. You can find me on Instagram, _Willie Finnese. And everything else is usually just Willie Finnese. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm going to say it because y'all can't whoop my ass anyways. Remember the slogan?
Man.
Yes, sir.
Man. Well, shoot, Willie, man, it's been real, man, as always, bro. We going to do something in the future.
Love, man.
For real.
Yeah, you know I got y'all.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, all right. I'm finna let you go, Willie, man. You have a good night, G.
You too, man. I'm about to go roll up.
Oh, man.
Wouldn't be cultural influence if we didn't have hot tags. Ooh. So let's go ahead and get to some hot tags. We talked about it with Willie. We talked about it with the Raw reaction segment, but WWE. I say WWE. Wow.
Taking it back.
I know, right? Trip, man. Yeah. But you know what's crazy? I never thought I would see the day where WWE would just go for sale like this.
Oh, man. Me neither. And it just reeks of an old man with a big ego wilding out right now. You know what I'm saying? They say before a candle goes out, it violently flickers. We are watching Vince McMahon violently flicker right now.
Yeah. And it's getting real bad.
Man, and it's wild to me because it's like, I feel like Vince sat back and he saw that WWE was succeeding without him. And not only like just succeeding, like attendance was up, you know what I'm saying? Ratings were up. Company morale was up. Everything without Vince McMahon has gotten better, and I feel like he's just like, well, fuck it then. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I'll come through and I'll sell the shit. If y'all don't need me, you don't need me or whatever.
It's like a wrestle. This is really something that you would expect on TV, man.
Bro,
like
it's Succession.
Yeah,
it's like Succession, and it just makes you realize that Vince was the problem,
man. And there's this old saying: you die early and become a hero, or you live long enough for everyone to hate you, man. And Vince had the opportunity to ride off into the sunset, and everyone just be like, yeah, it's like everyone, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like it's not going to be a warm welcome for him to come back now, man.
Oh, it definitely wasn't warm when he let it be known. He wrote that letter with those intentions of coming back. The board of directors unanimously voted no.
Yeah.
And mind you, the board of directors aren't like just a group of random business people. His daughter's on that. His son-in-law is on that. People that he has worked with for years is on this board of directors. And they all were like, nah, homeboy, stay where you at. And Vince's response was, well, if I don't come back, I won't okay any TV rights deal, and I will not I won't approve any sale. So he literally bogarted his way back into the door, kicked 3 people off of the board to make room for himself and two of his sympathizers, I guess.
Man. OTF, man.
He going crazy. He going crazy. He coming back like Cersei in Game of Thrones, yo.
Long may she reign. Long
may she reign. Bro is wildin'. And like,
and there's talks of him like being back to pretty much doing whatever he wants as far as that power go.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how to feel about that whole situation. And like, man, it's really, I hate to sound like one of those people, but man, even if Vince does get back to being the chairman, being back to where he was, man, knock on wood, man, Vince 77, bruh. And I'm not even gonna say if he check out early, but Vince is gonna get to that point where he's going to get older, man. And Father Time is undefeated. And for Vince to run a multi-billion-dollar company, do you really think these board of directors is just going to allow Vince to just get away with this for so long?
I mean, he literally can't be stopped. There was nothing they could do about it. And I mean, I think the biggest red flag of it was Stephanie McMahon resigning.
Yeah.
You know, and mind you, this is like the second time Stephanie McMahon has kind of stepped back from her duties over the last year. Stephanie came out of a sabbatical to become the CEO.
Yeah.
With Nick Khan. And so, in order for her to leave again after her father comes back, there's some type of
we just don't know,
there's
man.
There's not some gelling going on back
There's something that we just don't know right now because and I think Steph wants to be a team player because when she left and came back, you could tell she was being a team player because all right, my dad's going, I gotta step in this mug and do this. And Shane McMahon,
he don't want no parts of none of this.
He don't want no parts of none of that.
Actually, they don't want no parts of him because it's been about a year since we last saw Shane.
Yeah, Shane was wilding at the Rumble, man.
Yeah. Shane got $800,000 to book himself into the Final Four of the Royal Rumble last year.
Over $500,000. $750,000, you guys.
You can't knock the hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think I saw a comment on Facebook. His theme song says it better, man.
Here comes the money, and there went the money.
Creative control. Let's talk about, man, 30 years of pretty much, consistent creativity.
Yeah.
From that, the flagship show known as Monday Night Raw.
Whoa.
30 years, you guys.
Whoa.
I can proudly say, as a 22-year-old, I bet you I've been around for maybe over 1,000 plus episodes. And I'm proud of that. Man. It's crazy, man. They got some legends advertised, but you could just tell they're, how do I say this? Filler legends, maybe.
Oh yeah, old reliables. You can dust off the Bellas.
The Bellas.
Yeah, you could dust off Rick Flair. He'll be out there. Taker. He'll come back. I saw X-Pac on the graphic. Whenever I get to see X-Pac, it's a plus for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I saw Shawn Michaels on the graphic.
Of course.
Pretty cool. I think it's important for these guys who was on the first episode of Raw to at least be there in some form or fashion. Taker and Shawn was on the first episode of Raw.
Yeah.
Tatanka would have been there, but he had said his son was in a wrestling competition. So shout outs to Dad of the Year, Tatanka.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna, give you a round of applause for that. Yeah, man. Nothing beats being a good father, man. But it's just a celebration of everything. And there's been some criticism about Raw 30 just not hitting like it used to.
Because like you said, you see the same legends or whatever, and while it's great that they're still here, but it'd be great to see, a Ken Shamrock,
Sid Vicious, a Godfather with the whole train.
I wish you could dust off Val Venus, but he's probably somewhere wild and spitting off conspiracy theories. Who knows? There's so many people that don't have not even the fact that people that have bad blood, but we've lost so many wrestlers.
We have.
We
have, man. And it's it's just, and I feel like shows like Raw 30, it's just important for guys to be there, man, because I take Roddy Piper, his last appearance on Raw, where he was with Piper's Pit with the Shield, man. Like I never would have thought that'd been his last appearance, but just knowing that was his last appearance, and with 3 guys who are on doing great things in the WWE, I mean, in the wrestling world, man, it's just a great testament, man. R.I.P. to Roddy Piper, man. R.I.P. to the Hot Rod.
I remember there was a time where Roddy was one of those old reliables that they could just bring back out whenever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Dusty Rhodes, like, it's just crazy how the cycle of life in wrestling.
And it's a humbling experience, man.
Really short.
I would love to see a Piper's Pit on Raw 30. I would love that. And just know that I'm not going to see it. I don't want to get emotional, but you take it for granted, man.
I mean, even so, I would love to see a highlight reel.
Ooh.
You know, I would like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, a cutting edge.
A peep show.
Yeah.
You know, something, but I mean, it's crazy we live in a time where we still have the Hardys, we still have Edge and Christian, we still have the Dudleys, but we're all in this weird situation where we can't just put it together to make a moment for the fans. It's kind of sad, you know, because the moments that we do have, they could be bigger, they could be grander.
Yeah,
you know?
And Raw's 3 hours long.
And there's one thing we've learned today is that life is incredibly way too short to be, you know, walking around here and letting such futile things as, you know, oh, he's in this company over there or that company over there. You know, wrestling is a big brotherhood, as we're seeing everybody come together today and embrace each other over this loss. And it, you know, it just makes you want to enjoy the wrestlers that we have here today to the best extent that we can, you know.
Of course, man. Yeah. And there's some other further news down there in in the wrestling world. TNA has surprisingly been doing good, man. Just as far as like the consistency and stuff like that. And I want to talk about that Hard to Kill pay-per-view, man. We got a new women's champion, Mickie James,
man.
Jordan Grace,
like fine wine, baby, fine wine.
Yeah, I love me some Mickie James, man. And when I do catch TNA, like I haven't watched it consistently, but when I do catch TNA, I can say I'm entertained.
Oh yeah,
I'm entertained.
Oh yeah,
I think they should leave like the big arenas and stuff like that, because the way that it's produced and stuff like that, they try to manipulate it and stuff like that. It's like, hey guys, just go to a smaller setting.
Yeah,
no one's gonna judge you guys, man. You're not like. It's sad that TNA is now like maybe a third or like a fourth wrestling promotion in the wrestling world, because TNA at one point or another used to be number 2.
Yeah, and they, like you said, they've been really consistent over the last few months. I've been really enjoying the things that they've been doing with their world champion over there, the Human Weapon, going crazy.
Josh Alexander.
You know what I'm saying? He's a bad boy. You know, Bully Ray's having a resurgence. You know, Violent by Design. Trey Miguel is freaking amazing. Dashing Chris Bay, like, yo, they have some top talent. Shout outs to Kazarian, who just signed there.
He showed
over AEW and WWE.
Yeah, I mean, Kazarian was gonna probably go to those offers. He was gonna probably be a coach in both companies, though.
Yeah, and you know he was already with AEW. You just kind of forgot. Like,
and Kazarian told y'all, man, I got plenty of left in the tank.
He do. The man doesn't age. Like, Kazarian is an OG.
I forget. That's crazy, man. I remember when Kazarian was in like young TNA with Christopher Daniels and
bro. I think he was the first PWG World Champion.
No kidding.
I don't want to Google right here, but I'm almost positive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kazarian is the man, yo, and it's really dope to see him still doing his thing. So
yeah, man. Let's put him over real quick, man.
Put Impact over, man.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and put Impact over.
Crazy, Well, another big news. You also got to talk about the CEO finally making her big debut in New Japan. That's right. Sasha Banks debuted at Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah. You know, she debuted, showed a new wicked looking finisher. It wasn't executed the best, but you got the idea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I love it, man, but people are just overreacting to it because it's Sasha. Yeah, and then another thing is, like, I will say this, like, I feel like her cockiness, it's okay, but sometimes I feel like that's what's rubbing fans the wrong way just a little bit. And that's how Sasha is. What was you about to say?
It's cool when MJF do it, but it's a problem when Sasha do it.
Fuck him.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. But I just wanted to take time to kind of like talk about, man. It really took a while for me to understand her hair And I think
I thought that was heat.
I thought it was. And so
that was amazing.
I don't know who it was in our group, but it was a group that it was someone in the group that said that represents like the blue Sasha burning away.
Okay.
And I thought that was like, yo, that's kind of like, now that I see it, yeah, like when you look closer at her hair, you can see like
the flames. Yeah, it was real. Like
yeah, so she gonna be a full blonde by the end of the year.
Hey.
You know, man, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I hope she goes over there and does big things. Word on the street is Hikuleo and Jay Lethal could be talking about. I mean, Jay Lethal,
Jay White,
Jay White could be talking about leaving. That's the word going around, anyways. They actually both have a loser leaves New Japan match coming up.
Okay, is Jay White All Elite or is he with WWE?
Apparently, he has interest from both companies, as does Hikuleo. So, I mean, at this point, apparently they want Tama Tonga as well. I mean, they might just make it a triple threat match and they all count themselves out at this point. I don't know what the heck.
Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
WWE wants Tama Tonga.
They have interest in Tama Tonga.
Man, at this point, if you over the age of 35 and WWE is interested in you, I would really think twice because WWE is gonna bring you in some form of a veteran role, and it just depends on what part of your career you feel like you're at
Right. You know, and you know, bodies only have so much mileage on them. So, in the words of the great late Young Dolph,
hey, young nigga, get paid. Get paid, young nigga, get paid. Get paid.
That's it for Hot Tags, you guys, man. Thanks, you guys, for listening. Shouts out to Willie Finesse. It's been a blast. What's your take with Willie, man? How you think that was out?
Man, that was amazing. I had a great fun talk with him on camera, off camera, like completely, man. Just a wonderful human being inside and out, man.
Yeah, so we definitely gonna do some more work with him. Make sure you tune in next time on our next podcast, where we're going to probably break down the book of Brian Gerwitz. There's just one thing. This dude, Brian Gerwitz, was a WWE writer from the late 90s to the early 2000s, and we just break down the book chapter by chapter, talk about it, and then we're going to, introduce Raw reactions again and have another Hot Tag segment. So make sure y'all check that out.
And depending on when it comes, we might have to do a little Royal Rumble love around that way.
Oh, for sure.
We might be giving some results or what, I don't know, but just know it's that time, baby.
Yeah.
The WrestleMania season has begun.
Yeah, make sure y'all check out that Sterling Bond interview. The audio is on my Apple Podcast and it's on Spotify. And so on all streaming services. So yeah.
And if you don't, he'll kill you.
Yeah. Cutter from the heavens. Okay? Facts. Yeah. But until next time, I'm Ray. I'm Richie. And there's Riley. And we're out.